So, John, it's a return to Celtic Park for you on Thursday, and for a lot of our players, it's the first chance to play there. Silly question first: are you looking forward to the cup tie at Celtic Park?
Yes, very much so. Yeah, everyone is now. We can now focus on the game. This game, we've obviously got to take care of Morton first of all. So we're in this morning and going over some video analysis on Celtic. Yeah. Now we can really focus on it and get excited about the prospect of playing at Celtic Park and in front of hopefully a big crowd. Unfortunately, we know Raith Rovers fans in the stadium, unfortunately. But yeah, we're very much looking forward to it. We know it's a difficult place to go. They're a very, very strong team, even although they may have, got beat at the weekend and had a difficult game in Spain against Real Betis. They've still got a lot of good football players, and particularly at Celtic Park, they're scoring goals. 6 against Dundee, 5 against St Mirren, 3 against Ross County. They're still scoring goals, certainly at Celtic Park. Celtic Park, obviously, it's a much bigger park than ours. Also a bigger park than Livingston's, and it's not an AstroTurf pitch. So Celtic have lost at the weekend on a surface in a stadium that they haven't done particularly well. So I'm not reading too much into that. I think that Celtic, at Celtic Park are a different animal, and we need to go there. We need to be ready for the word go, because I'm sure they're going to come out the blocks and try and kill the game off as soon as they probably can. We've got to be ready for that. We've got to be able to match it. I thought Livingston did that extremely well yesterday. They matched Celtic in the early period, and they had a lot of legs in their team, and that certainly prevented them going behind. So we've got to try and make sure that we're in the game for as long as we possibly can. Very much like Aberdeen. We did very well against Aberdeen out here. Different proposition going to Celtic Park against Celtic, but we have to. It will be a kind of similar kind of performance, I think, and certainly the result would be fantastic.
And as ever with these occasions, as soon as the draw comes out of the hat, the Rovers fans, they think about 1994 and the cup victory against Celtic. But for you, having worked for Celtic and in the scouting area for them, you'll know what they'll expect from you, and how they'll play. You made mention to the press about their talent down the wings.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Obviously, it's a new manager from the manager that I worked under, and he does do things, a little bit differently. However, they're still a possession-based team. They're still a very attacking-minded team. Yeah, the two wingers kind of hug the line, create with guys like Rogic coming in the middle of the park. He seems to have got a new leash of life. He's playing at the top of his game right now. He's a massive threat. In midfield, with Turnbull, if Callum McGregor gets back, they've got Sorrow, they've got McCarthy. There's a number of players who can play in there. I mean, Mikey Johnson was on the bench at the weekend. I mean, Mikey is a great player. He could start the game. They've got a number of players who could come back into the reckoning for the game. So difficult to pick their team. You would normally have a go at trying to pick the team. But I think the shape's going to be similar. It's going to be a 4-2-3-1, a 4-3-3. So that's what we've got to, prepare for, play, set ourselves up to play against and be ready for it. They've got their new striker, whether or not they give him an outing against us, that's a possibility. But we've just got to be ready for anything and everything. Yeah, they'll know that I know about them, and I've no doubt Peter Houston has been watching us. I think they'll take an awful lot of reading into our game against Aberdeen, how we played against Aberdeen, and they'll be thinking that that's, the way that we'll go about things. So, as I said earlier, hopefully that's the same outcome.
Yeah, and finally, it's an old cliche, but how important is it for you that the Rovers players play the match, not the occasion, and don't get overawed by the prospect of playing against Celtic?
Yeah, it is really important, because I was at the Rangers-Dunfermline game recently, and they fell behind very early, and they lost a few goals very early. And that could have been a little bit of exactly what you're saying there, just getting hit with the atmosphere and the intensity of the play, and before you know it, you're beat. You're beat, and there's a long time to go. So, yeah, we've got to focus. We've got to try and blank out the noise, try to focus on the game as much as we possibly can, stick to the game plan. Hopefully that works. and hopefully we'll all come out to Celtic Park happy at the end of the night.
Great. Well, we're all looking forward to the game, John. I'm sure you are. Thanks and good luck for Thursday.
Thanks, Neil.